And we
Just
are live. Let's go.
Hello,
all right.
hello.
Hello, everybody. Hey, so we are going to keep this super short. We want to tell you about Uranus. So this is one of the newest meme coins on base, fair launch, something that probably very few people have heard about. Fair launch. So you're your own VC. You get in at the same price as everyone does during these first 8 days. I'd like to introduce. I'll just let everyone introduce themselves. Who is here? You'll see me often moving because I've got a strange lighting situation, so I need to kind of angle myself so you can see my face and not a ghost. Would you like to introduce yourself, dude?
Yeah. I'm a builder and TitanX slash X28 ecosystem. I've launched successful projects like Helios and the Element ecosystem, and I'm excited to move on to base.
Terrific, terrific. Pablo, quick intro. Pablo, I've known
Yes,
Pablo for a couple of years. He's our ops guy. And just a quick one, quick 20
yeah,
seconds.
sure. So my name is Paula. I am working on all operational stuff that we have, and that's it. 5 seconds introduction of that.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
beautiful.
And my quick intro is I've been also in what's called the TitanX ecosystem since last December. I'm also a builder over on Ethereum. I've done a couple different advisories, and I also have built on base before, but this is a very special protocol. I've never done a fair launch on base before, so that's what we want to take you through. And we're gonna have a little bit of fun with this. First of all, it's only gonna be 10 to 12 minutes, so we want to have a little bit of fun with this. Obviously, we picked the name to have fun with it. Pump Uranus. So very easy. Swing on over there, check out the X, and give us a follow. We've kept the website extremely simple. So we're going to go through the white paper, which is only one page, and tell you about Uranus, tell you the special things about it, why it's different than any meme coin you've probably ever been in, and give you more chances to evaluate it. Plus, we invite you to swing by the Telegram and ask your questions, of which you will probably have many. All right, so Uranus, get ready for impact. There's going to be a lot of puns, obviously, in the white paper because we try to keep this light. So the first thing is we want to make it very easy for you to enter Uranus. If you want to get some Uranus, all you need to be is on base and have Ethereum on base. So Pump Uranus over here, brand new account on X, already 229 followers. There's obviously a lot of fans so far. This is the web page, uranus28.win. Super simple to get Uranus. All you need is Ethereum on base. If you're a TitanX expert, you may know what X28 is, but we don't care about that at this point. So you can use your Ethereum, you can mint as much as you want. This is a 8-day fair launch in which we don't know how much Uranus is going to be there at the end of 8 days. After about 4.5 days, there's already 91 billion mined. So here's the white paper. It is a single page paper. And at this point, I don't want to just be the talking head. To be very honest, I've been working with the dude for a long time, since very early this year. And he is the expert on tokenomics. And he's been doing this. He's been building in the space for years and years. He's been a dev for years, and he's really shown how he knows tokenomics. But so, dude, if you'd like to kick it off with just a little bit about Uranus, I'll just stop in here and there if I want to add something.
Yeah, sure. First and foremost, this is audited code. One thing that we've learned from the TitanX ethos is that we try to keep our users as safe as possible. So fully audited is a must, and then fair launch is the second key requirement, I would say. So yeah, we've got this audited. You can review the report right there on the white paper. There's links to the website, X handle, Telegram, if you've got additional questions. But yeah, just running right into the mint phase. The mint phase is why we have this, is so that this is a fair launch. Generally speaking, a meme coin launches, it hits the chart, you try to get in, you try to buy, sniper bots are getting in there, you're PvPing everybody else, trying to get in at that base price, and hoping for gains. We're doing this completely different. We're having an 8-day mint phase, so there is no rushing in, trying to set slippage super high, trying to get in there, setting your gas fees. Like this is nice and easy to enter Uranus. You have this full 8 days. We're now at about 4 days left, where you can go in and mint these tokens before the chart is even created, before the LP is created. So when this LP is created, you've already got your tokens. So if sniper bots do show up, you have tokens already there to sell into sniper bots. So that's where we call fair launch. This is something that's unique to the Titan X ecosystem that we're trying to educate people on how to do crypto the right way and safely. So yeah, minting these tokens, it's 1-for-1 with X28. And like James is saying, if you don't have X28, that's fine. The default option is Ethereum. That Ethereum will purchase the X28 in the background for you automatically and mint these Uranus tokens. Yeah,
Awesome.
and then
Shall I jump into the tokenomics part, and then maybe
sure.
you go through tax distribution?
Yeah.
All right. So for those of you who don't know, what is a fair launch? What is an 8-day? When do I get my tokens? Well, we've laid it all out here in a couple different bullet points. So you will get your Uranus tokens right away, whether you mint with X28 or whether you mint with Ethereum. As soon as the mint is completed, Uranus will be in your wallet. You can scroll down to the bottom of the website, and there's going to be a button to add Uranus contract address. Because, if you're using Rabby or MetaMask, sometimes the CA doesn't show up. So we've got a button down there at the bottom of the website you can hit. At the end of the 8 days, we've been saying this over and over, cap supply. Will it be 100 billion? Will it be 250 billion? Will it be 500 billion? No one knows until the end of that 8 days. The beauty of the system is not that there's just going to be a bunch of tokens floating around. 50% of the X28 or ETH, if you want to think about it in that way, that it's going to be used to mint Uranus will be used to buy and burn Uranus also. Buy and burn is an unknown concept to most people, unless you're in the Titan-X ecosystem, or maybe you're on Pulse Chain or something like that. You probably do know. So what this means is 50% of the entire supply is going to be bought and burnt, set at intervals that make the chart look good. Now, we don't know what the chart's going to look like. We're not fortune tellers, but there will be at least 50% of the supply will be bought and burned over a period of time. We're going to do a live stream too whenever we do that. So you'll be able to call the buy and burn function yourself. You'll be able to ask your questions in live stream and all that type of thing. 42% of all the X28/Ethereum will be used to create very thick liquidity. We're not going to be having a little $5, $10, $20,000 liquidity. This is going to be 42% of all the mint proceeds will be used to create thick liquidity with X28. As you go through this, you'll kind of learn this X28. I want to know more about it. You can ask in the Telegram. There's actually an X28 Telegram itself. There's Titan-X Telegram. It's like a whole course. Like you can learn as much or as little as you really want. This part down here is the 8% Genesis. Now, what is a Genesis? A Genesis is a very clear aspect of this is the dev fee. So it's expensive to create these tokens. You don't just snap your fingers. All of a sudden you got some contracts. The auditors cost money. The marketing costs money. The contract creation costs money itself. And you may think 8%, is that high or is that low? But first of all, it's 8%. What you don't know is all these other meme coins. You have no idea how much the developer has spread over many different wallets, possibly. They might be in the developers, they may be in the main wallet, or they might be spread around, 50, 60, 70, 100 wallets. Devs are smart people, very smart people. So we have everything up front. We did not pre-mine anything. We're not spreading the supply over a bunch of different wallets. What you see is what you get. Would you like to go into the next set, the tax distribution and the reflections, dude?
Yeah. I think everyone's familiar with taxes on tokens. So this is on every buy, sell, or transfer. And we've got 1% of this tax is going to burn Uranus. That's going to help create that additional deflationary mechanisms. Every transfer, Uranus is burning, becoming more and more deflationary. We've got 0.5% that goes to the LP wallet, and this is to help Uranus grow wider. We're always adding additional LPs to create an LP web that's going to create more volume and more taxes being paid. We've got 0.5% for the Genesis, which is, again, no expectations of Uranus. And then the biggest allocation we've got here is the 1 to 20% reflections. And this 1 to 20% is adjustable based off of community governance. So if you're a holder of Uranus, your voice will be heard, and your vote will be set on what percentage you would like to see. What are reflections? So a simple way to explain this is when anyone buys, sells, or transfers Uranus, this tax is taken. So you guys are familiar with taxes in that scenario, but in this case, this tax is automatically redistributed to all of the holders, literally depending on how much you're holding. So if you own 10% of the supply, you're getting 10% of these reflections. If you hold 0.1% of the supply, you're getting 0.1% of all of these reflections. So this is there's no staking, there's no claiming, there's no lockups, nothing like that. This is all completely automatic. You just diamond hand Uranus, and your balance will continuously grow with every buy, sell, transfer. That's massive. This is amazing technology, in my opinion, and that's really what's going to push Uranus to great depths.
I would totally agree. I think that's a very good explanation. My first introduction to reflections, I didn't know what those were. I thought, okay, it's another tax. I don't know how this thing works. But this tax was very high. It was over on Pulse Chain, and I don't like to name other protocols on streams generally. But this reflection tax was 30%. 30%. I got in on this protocol at around the 2 million mark, 2 million, which is already very large. And I rode that protocol up to 18 million market cap. And I loved it when people were screaming and yelling in the some people come in, they didn't know what they bought. They bought $1,000 worth of this token, and now when they try to sell it, they got to turn the slippage up to 35%. They're like, what is this? People say, well, if you don't read the white paper, if you don't ask your questions, you're not going to know how this works. Slippage is the amount that, the difference in the amount of what you buy versus what you will get. So if the tax is only 2% and the reflections are 20%, slippage is going to have to be at least 22%, probably 23, 25%. But the beautiful thing is, if you are a holder, you will be getting a portion of those reflections. I launched a different reflections token over on Ethereum, and the maximum was 6%. You know what I heard? Day in and day out. Why is it only 6? Why is it only 6%? Why didn't you crank that thing up to 10? Why didn't you make it 20? What's the most you could do? So we decided, why don't we really crank that thing up? Let's crank it up to 20%. So diamond holders are going to get even more and more Uranus because people are going to come in. The bots are going to be buying and selling. It's going to be crazy the first week, the first couple of days, the first week, especially all that buy and burn. The buy and burn is also going to generate reflections. There will be initial LPs, additional liquidity pools created as more projects over on X28 go live. The dude and I are building 4 projects actually right now. So there will be 4 new projects coming over. And the TitanX ecosystem, there are 30 plus protocols on there. And of those 30 plus protocols, let's just estimate there's 15 to 16, 17 builders. And a lot of them are very interested to build on base, but they're building quietly. Stop into their telegrams, ask them questions, ask questions of anybody. There'll be a couple public reflections here. I got this idea from the dude, so I'm going to ask him to explain what are public functions.
I mean, this is left for now, so we just do here. So.
Oh, it looks like we lost him. That's
Yeah.
fine. So I will thank you for telling me that because I wasn't looking at the screen. So let me just tell public functions. Public functions are that which anyone can call. So the public functions are going to be buy and burn and distributing the taxes. So these will be publicly called functions. And these, everything you call on base is very, very low. 5 cents, 10 cents, it might be 50 cents if Gwei is high. So these are public functions that anyone can call, not just the founders, anyone. You don't even have to hold Uranus in order to do this. So there'll be public functions, and we'll be doing more live streams about this. We wanted to do a really quick one. We're already at 16 minutes, and we're just going to cut this thing off because we don't want to make this a really long one because sometimes we get into like 1 hour descriptions, and that's not what we wanted. What I would like to say, though, final note, none of this document, none of this protocol is financial advice. Past performance of any protocols that anyone has ever created does not guarantee future results. You are responsible for all your own decisions. Whether you get in a little bit, whether you get in with a small amount, whether you go in pretty hardcore, it's all up to you. You're interacting with immutable on-chain smart contracts. We've already told you that the code is audited. You can open up that audited. We use SPS security. I've been using them for all of my protocols. Sometimes we do 2 audits. Sometimes we do 3 audits. This is a very simple token that we've already done one before. So we just did one. We just did one audit of this one. So smart contracts, no intermediaries, no human interactions, just you, the code, and Uranus. So we wish you the best. We know you have questions because when it comes to reflections and meme coins, there's not a lot of transparency. We are 100% transparent. So thank you, everyone. It's been great speaking with you during the short time. And sorry about the screen sharing there at the beginning. I apologize for that. I hit the wrong button. So thanks for everyone who joined. Hopefully you learned something. And if we go back, you've got 3 days, 20 hours, 35 minutes left. So any questions, come on into the Telegram, ask your questions. We've got a meme contest going on also where the winner can win up to $250. So if we just have a few memes that are submitted, the prize pool is going to be smaller. If we have a lot of memes submitted, that'll be fantastic, and we'll have more money in the marketing budget. So stop by Pump Uranus X, take a look at the meme contest. It's pinned. Stop by the Telegram. You'll find a lot of friendly people there. I've been working with some of these people for years. You'll find it's completely transparent. We don't put people down for questions. We are very open. We all started in crypto in different areas, different times. Everyone has different levels. So thank you for joining us today. Take good care. And I don't like to use the word invest. So I'm going to say participate in protocols and think before you act. Don't FOMO in. Understand what you're getting into first. Take care, everyone. Thank you, Pablo, for joining. I believe the dude, he was saying he had a little internet problem there in the middle. So we thank him for joining at the beginning. And we can't wait for day 9 because there's only 8 full days, 3 days, 20 hours left. Take care, everyone.
Yep.
Bye. Bye now.